Hey, it's me, Ben, with Barredo Real Estate, and today I'm showing you how to create a real estate business plan for free in less than 10 minutes, and we're going to start that right now. What's up, everybody? It's me again, Ben Barredo with Barredo Real Estate, and at Keller Williams Realty. And don't forget that part. And today I'm showing you how to make a free business plan using a website online that offers this spreadsheet or PDF for free. I'm going to break down how to do it, how to make them, where to go to find it, a little bit of an insight on what else this website does, and show you how to put numbers together for next year. Maybe you're new and you don't know where to start, and you don't, as far as, say you want to make 200,000, say your goal is to make 100,000, and you don't know how to get there. This is the importance of a business plan. This business plan is also going to help you figure out who to target, how many people to target, what your goals per appointment should be each month, and to formulate a plan on how to make it happen. So one of the most important things that you should do at the end of every year for the upcoming year, or if you're new and you're about to start, the most important thing you should do is create a financial business plan, a business plan that breaks down the numbers month to month, on how to reach your goals. All right. Now, if this is not a business plan as far as exactly how to, for example, call for sale by owners, or you have to go even more in depth from there. This is just a basic business plan that, again, is going to show you how to reach the financial goals that you want to reach. All right, let's get into that video right now. Here we go. You're taking a peek inside my my home office, and what I'm going to do right now is show you how to do a business plan for the next year. As a real estate agent, as any business owner, you should have a business plan with your written goals. And in this example, we're going to do revenue goals. How much money do you want to make next year? And then we're going to work backwards from there so that you know the numbers that you need to hit on a weekly, monthly, well, in this case, an annual basis, but you can easily break that down to monthly to weekly. How many phone calls you need to make, etc. So, but before you can get to how many phone calls, how many door knocks, how many conversations you need to have a week, you need to start with a number overall for the year. And that's what we're going to do in this video. So, just jumping right into it, you can see that I'm at a website called Breakthrough Broker. Follow my mouse right here, Breakthrough Broker. And Breakthrough Broker is an amazing website. I'll do a future video on it, but just to keep it short, you can do just about anything marketing and print wise in this website. Let me just take you down a bit. You got marketing, planning, lead gen, social media stuff. There's training. There's PDFs. There's presentations. There's birthday cards, and social media posts. Everything you can think of is just on this website. And the best part is this website is absolutely free. There is a paid version where you can have people on the back end design these things for you. But the free version, you have access to all the same stuff. You just have to design it yourself. And it's real easy. It's mostly, click, maybe upload a picture, change some wording, just once you create a profile and put it, all generates automatically. But you can go in there and change some of the, each piece if you want to do a different picture or whatever the case may be. If you're doing an open house, you can change the picture of the house and things like that. Long story short, check out Breakthrough Broker and look for a future video, and I'll show you some of the things I do with this. I use this website a lot, and it saves me a lot of time. But what we're doing is the business plan. Now, what I'm going to walk you through is the Excel version of this plan. You can get this plan in two ways. We're going to go to planning, click on business plan. Now, I'm going to show you the Excel version. You can do two things. You can do this PDF booklet, or you can do this Excel, which I already downloaded. So I like the Excel because it's much easier to read. Let me show you what the PDF looks like. If you go to the PDF, you can download two types. Interactive PDF, where you can fill in the cells on the PDF, and it'll automatically it'll kind of work just like an Excel with a formula and kind of help you move along. Or you can do the still PDF, but this is what the PDF version looks like. And one of the things I don't like it's very distracting. Like, you don't need all this stuff in a business plan, introduction, whoops, touch screen, actually, don't just touch the screen. You don't need all the directions written out in these long forms for you, and then all the examples. It's just kind of distracting. What you want to know is your numbers, and that's what I like about the Excel spreadsheet. Now, the one thing about the PDF is when you get to the last page, you have this nice, clean, one-page success plan that you can print off and hang. Now, you get the same thing with the Excel spreadsheet. It's just not as pretty as that. And this is it right here, one-page business plan. So this is the Excel spreadsheet one-page business plan and the PDF. Now, looking at them both, they're pretty much the same, and you'll see why here in a second. But if you look at the titles: sales volume, gross commission, buyers close, sellers close, buyers close, sellers close, transactions required, and then activity. So they're pretty much the exact same thing. This just looks a little prettier. If you if you need pretty in your life. I like pretty in my life, but when it comes to business, I like things simple. I don't like distractions. So let's jump on the Excel spreadsheet and go from there. Let me blow this up. So go to the first page. Now, when you come up with your business plan, basically the goal is to come up with a number that you want to make for the year and figure out what you need to do to bring that amount of money home. The first thing you need to do is figure out the necessary expenses in your life. So the first thing that you're going to do in this plan is to write down all of your monthly expenses. Okay, monthly expenses. So these are monthly figures. How much is your mortgage? How much is your car payment? How much is your gas? Let's say your mortgage is $1,000. Let's say you spend $400 a month on gas because you drive around a lot and go to a lot of appointments. Or I'm sorry, your car payment. Let's say it's $400 a month, and say you $400 of gas. Let's say you put away $50 a month for future car maintenance. Say you pay $240 a month in insurance. Electric is $100. It has gas again. You can, and it's the other good thing about the spreadsheet. You can go in there and change these things. So you have a second car, you're paying $200 for that one. Cable costs you $120. Internet costs you $50. You got a phone that's costing you $120. Water costs you $40. Whatever the case may be. So you punch in these numbers, and it gives you a total for the month down here. So your total monthly living expenses is $2,720, and then it adds it up in step 2 to an annual expense for your household is $32,640, and it has this nice big red cell right here that says making any less than this amount here will likely cause stress, and additional debt. So this is the minimum amount of money you need to take home in order to pay your bills. Now, why does it want to know this? Because if you want to take home $100,000, then the goal is to make at a minimum $132,640, so that you actually put away $100,000, and not say you made $100,000 but you're walking away with a little bit less than 70. So the next step, after you figure out your total annual expenses for your living expenses, it asks you, and if you look on these spreadsheets, it has these spots here: agent entry. These are the areas where you put in the number, and then everywhere else the spreadsheet will give you the number. So what is your target take-home pay? I've never noticed that big old, I don't know what that's all about. But so let's say you want to make $200,000, and then what is the estimated income tax for your area? How much do you expect to pay in taxes? For the example here, it has 20%, so let's just stick with that. And you're going to put that in as a decimal, 0.2. All right. So right now, you are at a point where you have to make a minimum of $250,000 to pay your taxes and to pay your monthly living expenses, so that you can take home $200,000. All right, so you got that taken care of. So what do you think the next thing is you got to figure out? And I'm eating some Cheetos here. Don't mind me. All right. I just got done stuffing 200 Christmas cards, so I deserve that snack. And I recorded this yesterday, and totally mess it up because I did it in a free trial of an app for screen recording, and when I went to go put it in the video, it had this watermark across it, so I have to do this all over again. So here we are. So the next page is, what is your broker cut? What's your business expenses? Now you're going to figure out business expenses. So what is your broker's cut? So it automatically moved over to the $250,000. So the next thing you want to figure out is your commission split. So what is your commission split? Now you have two options here. These two boxes here is if you have a commission split with no lump sum or no cap. If you have a cap, then you can use this box right here, annual lump sum. Okay, so for example, you don't put anything in enter split as, no, yes you do. So you're going to put in how much goes to your brokerage. Let's say your brokerage takes 20%. You put that in as 0.2. That leaves 80% of each commission check going to you, which means you have to pay out $62,500. You're going to add that to the $250,000, so you can bring home $250,000. But let's say you have a cap. I have a cap. Let's say your cap. Let's just ignore that, or let's just punch in here. My cap, say it's $16,000. Well, let's just get rid of this. Okay, $16,000. So that changed to $16,000. Now, instead of having to pay out $62,000, which if you're working somewhere with no lumps, no cap, and you're paying out 20%, you should probably look somewhere else. So now, with a cap of $16,000, I have to make $266,000 in order to cover all my living expenses and pay out my split and take home $200,000. But that's not it. Now we're going to go into actual business expenses: marketing, education, E&O insurance, MLS fees, desk fees, whatever the case may be. Whatever you pay out in your budget for your business, you're going to punch those in here. Now, the difference between this one and the first page is the first page, living expenses, is monthly. This is actually just annual. So how much do you plan to spend annually on each of these areas? So let's just pop in some numbers. For example, let's say your board dues are $500. Let's say you don't have an application fee, so or maybe you do. Maybe you're new, so maybe your application fee is $75. Maybe you have to renew your license. Every time you renew your license, you pay an application fee. Maybe your MLS fees is another $450. Maybe you have a desk fee at your brokerage of $80. Maybe you pay E&O insurance for $210. Maybe you plan to spend $1,000 in education. Maybe you plan to spend another $5,000 in marketing. Then maybe you're getting Zillow leads. You're going to pay an extremely crazy amount of money to Zillow because you don't want to go and do prospecting calls or knock on doors. So you're going to spend $3,000. Say you're going to spend $2,000 a month. I'm going to say $2,400. So you're going to spend $24,000. So now you've got business expenses of $31,315, which means you have to make $297,315 in order to bring home $200,000. So that's where we are. We got our business expenses, living expenses. Now it's time for the actual numbers that we need to hit in order to make these goals happen. So this next page is just figuring out some market information real quick. It brings over your total GCI that you have to make. What's the average commission split in your area? It's automatically got 3% in there, and that's not commission as you're taking a listing. Obviously, if you take a listing, you're taking it at 6% or 7% or 5% or 8%, but you're going to split that, and they're asking you how much is the average split. So 3% for my area is a good number. Average commission in this area is 6% to 7%. And regardless if you're a buyer or a seller, you're going to average out at 3% by the end of the year. So let's keep 3%. Let's say what is now it automatically fills in the total gross sales volume. So in order for me at 3% average commission to make $297,000, I need to sell almost $10 million. So that's $9,910,500 in sales volume. How many houses is that? What, that gives, I know how much I need to sell, but how many houses does it take for me to hit that number? So what's the average sales price in your area? Or what's the average sales price of the homes you sell? Maybe you don't sell what's average in your area. Maybe you sell higher. Maybe you're a high-end agent. Maybe you deal in investments and you deal in the low end. For my area, 250 is about the average home price. 225 to 250. We'll just go with 250. Average sales price is 250,000, which means I have to sell basically. It says 39.64. We'll round that up and say 40 homes. I got to sell 40 homes in 2020 in order to bring home $200,000. So now we got the numbers and the sales volume. Now let's break that down. How many buyers and how many sellers? How many buyers and how many sellers do you work with on average? Do you work with more buyers? Do you work with more sellers? And how does that break down? So here in agent entry for listings, total closed sellers, what percentage of your business is going to come from listings? So let's say 70%. Okay. Now that tells you that out of the 39, 27, 28 have to be listings. So anyway, so that is your sellers. Now how many buyers? If you're going to do 7%, it should be 3%. So that means you got to have 12 buyers, or round it up. Now the next question is, how many appointments? How many appointments does it take for you to get a contract, to get a client? Do you have to go on 2 appointments to get 1 listing? Do you have to go on 3 buyer appointments to get 1 buyer? What's your conversion ratio? That's basically what it's asking. So let's say your conversion ratio is 2 out of 3. That'd be about 75%. Let's say it's 1 out of 2. Let's just say 1 out of 2, 50%. And let's say with your buyers, let's say it's, you're really good with buyers, let's say 80%. All right, whatever. That's kind of a weird number, but we'll keep it for now. All right, let's go with 75%. Let's kind of keep it even. So 3 out of 4 would be 75%. I think that's going to round it up to 8% anyway, 80%. Okay, so now in order to get 28 listings, you got to go on 55 and a half or 56 listing appointments. In order to get 11 or 12 buyers, you got to go on 16 buyer appointments. So that's really it. So now you go to the last page, the 1-page business plan, and everything is here. So you want to take home $200,000, you got to make $266,000 in gross commission, which is over $9,910,000 in sales volume, which breaks down to 39 transactions. So you have to close 11 or 12 buyers and 28 listings. And then these are how many appointments you need to go on. So now last, you're going to pop in your activity. What are you going to do to find buyers? What are you going to do to find sellers? And you can put things in here, whatever you plan to do. Open houses, door knocking, sphere of influence. And you can get more detailed if you want. I'm just putting this stuff in here for example. FSBOs, expireds, door knocking, open houses, circle dialing, whatever it is you're going to do to find business. Okay, and then you can go and print this page off. Make sure we see it all, and you print that off and you hang it on your wall. And I've got mine hanging right behind me, kind of up there in the corner. You can't really see it, but it's up there in the corner. And yeah, and so that's it. Have this plan ready, and from there it'll be much easier to figure out your schedule, figure out what you have to do to hit the numbers, to have the conversations necessary to list, to schedule appointments. Okay? All right. Okay, so as you can see in the little video the camera screen of me down there in the corner, I was wearing a different shirt, because I made this video actually yesterday, but I accidentally saved it over top of this portion of the video where I talk to you and I tell you about the video. So that's just wanted to let you know that's why the t-shirts are different. Other than that, I hope you got a lot out of this video. I hope that it helps you with going into 2020. It helps you feel more confident in what you need to do to make things happen. If you ever need any help, be sure to reach out to me. Hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Twitter, on Instagram. I'd be happy to help you out. I'd be happy to be an accountability partner with you. Lord knows I need one myself. All right. So I look forward to speaking with you. Leave some comments below and what you thought about the video. And go to Breakthrough Broker, check it out, and tell me what you think about the website, right? And what you plan to do with it. And remember, I'll be making a video soon on what I do with Breakthrough Broker in my business. Hello? Hey.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Ow! What are you doing?
I'm recording that video again that I did yesterday.
Well, we're on the way home. We'll be there in like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, I hope that worked. I hope she didn't fuck me up. I should have just kept going.